Good morning, good morning. It's Wednesday, July 19th, 2017. Today I have one appointment and I've got to say it is an interview, and it's an interview with a company that I would like to work with. And so it's, when you have interviews like that, you get a little bit more stressed, a little bit more concerned and about what you're gonna say. Even though how much you have prepared for it, it can be challenging depending on the interviewer. So I hope that everything goes smoothly. That would be a good thing. Alright, so other than that, I am going to visit my good friend, my best friend in Sengkang. Yeah, that'll be my day for today. Hope everyone's day is going good so far. Okay, I am somewhere in the CBD area, so that's my place of the interview. So, good luck. Hello, people. I'm in the car again. So you might think that I always have to talk in the car, and you are right, because it's kind of awkward trying to speak to the camera when I'm outside with people watching. And so I do all my recording in the car. So anyway, I would say the interview went really well, and I'm looking forward to further meetings and interviews with the company. So that's done, and now I am at Sengkang. I've driven all the way to Sengkang to meet my best friend, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'll be spending the next 2 hours here. So I'll take you with me. Alright, wanna know how Sengkang looks like? This is Sengkang. Hello, hello, I am back from the day. Hey, what's this? Damn. I'm gonna eat some dinner. This vegetable tastes very good. Okay, here's the dinner. This is shrimp, and this is vegetables. Hello, people. We are out again at night. It's 9:45. And we are motivated to get out because of what? Rebecca, because of what? Starbucks. Okay, so we are going to either Gem or Westgate and get the 1-for-1 treat from Starbucks. Bernie. Hello. I'm not sure if you realize, but it is already the next day and I forgot to end the vlog. And the reason is because I was so tired that I just dozed off. So, but I feel that I needed to end the vlog, and what we call night chat before is now morning chat. So I've been thinking of what to talk about for this episode. And interestingly enough, because I went for an interview, I would like to share why interviews scare us so much and 3 tips on how to deal with it. So, why do interviews scare us so much? For me, I would admit that I get nervous before interviews. I get a little bit stressed out, and more stress in the past when I was younger than now when I'm older and I've seen more stuff. So the first reason that I see is we are going into a conversation with another person whom we have no idea who that person is. So humans like to have that connection before interaction, but for an interview, you are forced to be in a room interacting with another person before even knowing that person. So that is one reason why I think it scares people, it scares me. And then the second reason that I think interviews are so scary is you're being judged. You're being judged by that piece of paper that you've submitted, aka your resume. And there's no way your whole background, your whole life that you have lived could be written on a two-page resume. And there are just so many dimensions to a human's life, to your career experience, that you cannot include everything. And sometimes that is all that the interviewer has to go on. And it's scary because it is not representative. It doesn't fully represent who you are. So that is also scary because you're being judged by an incomplete picture of who you think you are and who you want the other party to perceive you and know you for. And the third reason is you care. So sometimes, do you get the feeling, when you go for an interview for a job that you don't care for, you're just like, heck, I'm just gonna go in, I'm just gonna answer any questions that the interviewer asks, and then I'm just gonna get out because I don't need this job, right? So you don't care about the job that you're interviewing for. So that's when you're not so stressed out, you're not so concerned. But if you care, and this is the job that you really want, you get more nervous, you get worried, you get stressed out. These are the three reasons that I have observed for myself, and I know everybody, because we are all human, that we experience prior to an interview. And let me know if those are the reasons that make you get scared of interviews as well. I'm not just going to leave you hanging there. I'm going to tell you 3 tips on how to feel better. And it's a learning process. It's a practice process as well. So you will not get it right the first time, and you'll always leave with thoughts of, hey, I should have said this. Why did that interviewer say that? I should have responded. I should have shared more of this, things like that. But here are 3 tips on how to feel better about an interview. You know the reason about not knowing the interviewer prior to the meeting? Well, in today's day and age, you can do something about that. And what I'm referring to is do your research. In the past, all you could do was to research the company and get all the public information out there that's available. But today, in this day and age, please leverage the opportunity to find out more about your interviewer prior to the interview. And what you can do is first go to LinkedIn, search for that person's name. And if you cannot search, if too many results come out on LinkedIn, please enter that person's name and the company that the person is working for. And then most likely you'll get that person's entry on LinkedIn. I know some people are cautious about their footsteps, internet footsteps on LinkedIn. It would trigger a notification to the person that, oh, somebody has viewed your profile. But I think that is totally harmless. And the reason is that person is going to be flattered that you checked him or her out prior to interview. That person is going to know that, hey, this person cares about the interview, and this person cares about me as a person, that they're willing to go check me out, right? So there's nothing to hide, and there's no shame in the person knowing that you've checked him or her out. Check LinkedIn, and if not, you can check Google and check what this person's activities. In addition to LinkedIn, please search the person's social media accounts. So whether it's Twitter, it's Facebook. I know Facebook can be private sometimes, or other social media accounts, WeChat. The main objective is to find out as much about the person as you can. Use this information to calm your mind. The mind works in a funny way. If you do not know who the other party is, that person becomes scary because it's fear of the unknown that we are afraid of, right? So, but if you put context into the person, like for example, that person is a father, is a wife, is somebody who have worked with somebody you know, things like that. You develop a context and your brain just gets more comfortable knowing that this person is a human and has feelings, is most likely like you and me, and is a person that has challenges and issues as well. So you calm your brain in knowing that information. What this information can also give you is insights into the company, insights into where the company is at this point in time, and insights into your preparing, how to address questions that may come. For example, a news about a merger, a news about collaboration with other companies, news about analyst reports, about trends related to the company. It gives you insight that you can use and prepare as knowledge so that you can answer the questions more fully during the interview. You have to think about it in a way that, okay, given this piece of information, given what I know about the company, what in my capacity, in my role, can I help the company to fulfill their objectives? Say, for example, you are interviewing for a marketing communications role for Asia, and the company just went through a merger, right? So this is the information that you have. This is the situation that you're in. Prepare answers to the effect of, with the merger, there'll be more opportunities, need for rebranding, informing the public. With the merger, there'll be a lot of confusion. There'll be a need for further communication. And so, you are thinking of initiating some programs, some campaigns that will solve these few issues and problems that you foresee might happen. This puts you in a position where you are thinking for the company, and the interviewer would really appreciate that because it shows that you care and it shows that you're thinking for the company, and it's going to be good for you during the interview. First tip, it was pretty long, but I think it's very important, and that my first tip is research. You gotta research and have that human dimension to it, not just research the company, research the interviewer and find out more about that person and what makes the person tick. Alright, so the second tip is honesty. Many times I do find myself trying to play up my involvement in certain projects, trying to highlight to the interviewer how great the project went, and like how much you saved for the company, how much revenue was generated. All that is well and good, but I would say spend a larger percentage of your time explaining your background in a more honest way. And to do that, what you've got to do is to tie your experience with learnings. And the learnings could be team learning or personal learning, and try to highlight problems that were solved. Feel free to share the challenges, because it is the challenges that people know that this person has grown, right? We don't grow when we succeed, we grow when we fail and when we make mistakes. So it is really great, and it's a plus to share challenges and how you overcome them, or maybe you have not overcome them, and what you're gonna do next. It could be a mindset change, it could be approaching different people next time. So it could be a lot of learnings that you can share, and this really brings to life the projects that you were involved in. And definitely be honest on your role in a project, because nobody nobody achieves project success or project completion by themselves, right? It's usually, so tell them, be honest about, if it's a project that you're leading, if it's a project that you've initiated, or if it's a project that you're just part of, and please share what part of the project you were involved in. And always give credit to your team and to the team's success, and put forward to the interviewer that nothing is done alone. So really be honest with your answer, and don't give general answers, because the person is not going to remember you if you give general answers. All right? So that's my second tip, is to be honest and to highlight learnings, failures, mistakes, and how you learn from it. So the third tip is interesting. Okay, my third tip is interview as if you do not want the job. Okay. And why I say this, because I have experienced it, and it's a way to trick your brain that into going into something. If you care so much about something, you tend to make mistakes, you tend to overthink, and you tend to get so stressed out and worried that you miss things out, right? So before the interview, you have to trick your brain in a way, no matter how much you care that you really want that interview, want that job, to trick your brain to say, I don't need that job. Okay, and the way to trick your brain is to, just sit down, be calm, and take a deep breath and say, so what if I get rejected? So what if I've put in so much effort in preparing and I still don't get the job? It does not matter, because the world is not just about me, and I'm okay with it. So you tell yourself that you will be okay with it if they do not choose you. You may like the job, you may like the company, but they may not feel the same way. They may have a different agenda, they may have different objective. So it's not personal, it's about the fit. So the main thing is to make sure that you end on a positive note, and after the interview, you'll always have doubts, you'll always have questions, and you'll always have regrets. And for me, there's always a lot of regret, because I played that interview in my head, and I would go, damn, I should have said this at that time, or damn, I should have told him or her about that one time that I did this. Yeah, you cannot get away from all these thoughts in your head if you really care for the interview. But I can guarantee you, with these 3 tips, you will leave the interview knowing that you have done your best, and everything else is just on the other party, how the other party perceive it, and it's probably the best that you could have done in that situation, and there's nothing more that you can do, and the decision lies with the other party, right? You cannot force your entry into a company. You have to do your best and leave it to the interviewer to decide, the hiring manager to decide on whether or not he or she wants you on the team. So I hope that with these 3 tips, I have inspired you to go for that next meeting with positivity, with care, and with preparation that will leave you coming out of the interview feeling great, because that's what we need. Because after the first interview, after the second interview even, there's always the next interview, and there's eventually, if you succeed, you go to the company. So it's a process, and the interview is just the beginning, right, toward the relationship with people and the person and the company. So you just got to do your best, and good luck. I'd also like to hear from you guys. Please leave comments below if you have great experiences, bad experiences of interviews, and what you did about it, or how you thought about it after the interview. Okay, so I will end the vlog, even though it's the morning, I'll end the vlog for July 19th, 2017. And I'm gonna say good morning. And be fun, be crazy, and love life. Have a great day.